All right, Shabbat Shalom. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This Pastor Dow. I'm going to answer this question simply because the person that did ask this question asked it in a very respectful and tactful way. And they were very humble. So the humility that was exhibited warrants his attention. Opinions. All right, everybody in this world has an opinion. If you're going to be a follower of the scriptures, we operate after a total different set of laws than the people do in this world. For instance, this country affords Americans and they'll allow Americans freedom of speech. While at many times they say you have freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and all this stuff, there may be times that people may not like the way you speak and they begin to censor you. And so that censorship is a lot. I mean, YouTube censors people all the time, especially if they're not with their homosexual agenda, you get censored. But the homosexuals, they get to say whatever they want. And of course, and it's, hard to prove liable in this particular country, even though you can see it right there in front of your eyes. But as an Israelite, we operate after a different set of laws. Our laws are higher than the laws of the land. Think about this. There's somewhere between 613, 617 something laws or something like 18 laws in the scriptures that are for us. But then secular government has over 5 million laws on its books. And truth is, when you wake up in the morning, put your feet on the ground, chances are you done broke one of those things. And it's amazing. But then people do not want to be subject to the law of the Most High. They don't want to be subject to the law of the Eternal. But anyway, opinions. We are not allowed as Israelites to slander, to defame, to backbite, to talebear, to speak evil of a brother or a sister. So we don't have freedom of speech. We just don't. We have a different moral system than this world does, a different ethical system, and a different system of values. And I know it's hard for people to understand because most people can't bridge the gap between the two. Because, when we're at home, and if our home is not led by the Most High and the Ruach or the Spirit of Truth, as soon as you step outside your door, you hit that pavement out there and you're on a government road, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to run into a plethora of laws. And when you get out into the public venue, you've got people saying whatever comes to their mind. Now, you have to understand this. Opinions. You cannot afford to go around and allow people's opinions to affect you. That's given entirely too much control. A lot of opinionated people out here. And people have a right to their opinion. But if you're going to learn self-control, you are the ones that's going to determine how much someone's opinion is going to affect you or not. I personally don't put too much stock in people's opinion because, after all, that's all it is their opinion. Their opinion is not fact. If I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. We may all be entitled to our own opinion, and I'm going to use that particular word in this, but we're not entitled to our own facts or truth. Are you following me? So while we may have our opinion, that does not mean that your opinion genders the truth. Now, you have the court of public opinion out here, and then you have diversities of opinion, and you're going to see how people vote when they type on social media network or whatever. And if you really truly care about their opinion, then you're going to let it sway you. You're going to let it deter you. But I think first and foremost, more than anything, what you need to realize is that it's just an opinion. Most people are so full of hate and so full of envy and so full of jealousy, and their life is literally miserable. And when their life is miserable, I mean literally miserable and stuff, they are the type of people that can only make themselves feel better or gain a little bit of comfort if they are defaming, slandering, backbiting, speaking evil, and lying on others, because that's the only joy that they're ever going to experience in this world. And the reason why they're that way is because they're self-absorbed. And they believe that their opinion is gospel truth. Self-control is really a good virtue. It really truly is. When you're on social media network, or if somebody is giving you their opinion about something, just know this. It's not truth. It's not fact. It's just their opinion. If you know the truth, and of course, the truth to me is not secular government or the American government or its history. The truth to me is the scriptures. And if they give you their opinion and it lines up with the truth, then you should take heed to it, because after all, it's not those people who are imposing their opinion or will on you. It's just that at that time you're hearing the word. You may not like the individual that is saying it, but it could be the truth, could be the word. And you should guard your heart. So don't let people's opinion affect you in a negative way, any way, shape, fashion, or form, because you don't want to give people that type of control. Carefully weigh everything is being said, because remember, whenever a human being open up their mouth, they're revealing their heart to you. And you need to know what you're dealing with. But that takes self-autonomy, takes a sober mind. You can do it. You really, truly can do it. This way, you can know who is and who does present a very healthy environment for you, and those who are unhealthy. The people that create a very sick environment. It's not too long that through those words, when the viper bites, the poison takes some time, just a little time for it to assimilate and stuff, but it's going to go out and do exactly what it's meant to do. But remember this, more than anything, you don't have to subject yourself to nobody's opinion. You and you alone can determine how much truth you're going to allow to enter into your mind or your heart. And that is your choice, and that is your decision, and it is your life. I just hope that you choose wisely. Shalom, that's the truth, and that's the truth straight way. The King is coming.